How's it going? Pay-per-view's just starting right now. Gotta plug in my headphones. Get ready. Here we go. Oh.
Greatness is a measure. It's when you seize control of a division and recreate it. On July.
All right, pay-per-view is about to start. We got Ron Perlman doing his greatest intro ever. Super excited. Got about $100 riding on this game, on a bunch of the fights here. And hopefully everything goes well. Right now, Israel Adesanya is talking up the hype. Super excited for this one. It's going to be great. All right. Where's my microphone? Hang on one second. Okay, so I got my fights all listed right here. We got Munoz versus O'Malley, and then Lawler versus Barbarina, and then Strickland versus Pereira, and then we got Volkanovsky versus Holloway, and then we got Adasanya versus Cannoneer. We'll get ready to cross somebody off the list, but it's going to be a quick one, hopefully. I know we'll see what happens, though. Try to set this up as best as I can before the fights get started. And I'll try and give you the best play-by-play as possible. But you know me, I'm just here because I fucking love the fights. We'll see what happens. Right now they're showing a couple of good replays with Max Holloway and replays with Volkanovsky knocking other people out. It's great. All right, here we go. Gotta set up my other live stream as well while we're waiting. So I hope everybody's having a good night. I hope everybody had a great Canada Day. I know I did. Fireworks, all that stuff. It was great. I was supposed to have a fight. My opponent was too scared to show up, but it is what it is. And yeah, that's about it. Life's going well, though. Okay, let's see. Build a community. I want to reach a broader audience. They're asking why do you want to be live. All right. Hopefully it's not too late to plug in this microphone. But it is what it is. This microphone's actually pretty fucking awesome. Bought it from the Selkyrk pawn shop. It's brand new, but you know, like it's a pawn shop slash music store, and it's, you know, it's good shit. It's good shit. Everybody who knows the Selkyrk pawn shop from Selkyrk knows that it's like the best shop in town. Sorry to name drop it. Didn't mean to do that. It just kind of happened. All right, I'm just entering a couple of tweets, and then we'll get started. Sold out T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here we go. All right. Event logs. Oh, it's starting right now. Ron Perlman just finished his fucking introduction. Okay, live reaction. Adesanya versus Cannoneer, baby. Woo! All right. Let's go live. Going live in a moment. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And I think we're live on multiple channels right now. I'll just have to set up my tweet. All right. So everything at the T-Mobile Arena right now is just super loud. Of course, everybody's cheering. Everybody's super excited. I'm super excited. I'm going to go close that fucking window. Gotta love the motorcycles, though. If I had a motorcycle, I'd be going that crazy, too. Be right back. And I got my victory wings, baby. What else? Got my juice. Be right there. Be right back. and a bunch of chocolate milk. It's gonna be warm by the end of it, but fuck it. Don't want to go to the fridge. Don't want to miss anything. Obviously, I'll go in between fights. But... You got pink lemonade in a freaking peanut jar. Joe Rogan's wearing like a Reservoir Dogs type suit tonight. That's pretty cool. They're talking up International Fight Week. Talking about how big the card is. Definitely, definitely. Daniel Cormier talking up a storm right now. He got inducted to the Hall of Fame like, what was it, like yesterday or 2 days ago? It was fucking awesome. He had some teary eyes going. It was great. Khabib Nurmagomedov, only cried out of his freaking cauliflower ears just a little bit. He didn't cry at all, man. Anyways. All right, first match. O'Malley versus Munoz. Right now I was watching Joe Rogan talk up a storm, saying how Israel Adesanya is the most technical in the world right now. The last style bender. Gotta love it. Joe Rogan still kissing some ass, talking about how he's knocking people out, using his shins, elbows, and stuff like that. It's great. I really like that, what was it, Paulo Costa fight against Israel Adesanya. I loved Paulo Costa's excuse. I had a bottle of wine the night before. That's why I couldn't beat Israel Adesanya. Yeah, excuses, man. A lot of people have excuses in this fucking world. Sorry, I'm all worked up. All right. Right now they're talking up Jared Cannoneer. He's awesome. I think Jared Cannoneer has a really good chance this time around. As soon as he figured out Derek Brunson, I'll say the same thing later when the fight comes on. But as soon as Cannoneer figured out Derek Brunson, Derek Brunson was done. So if he figures out Israel Adesanya tonight, Adesanya is in trouble. Right now, though, Adesanya is a minus 475, favorite. That's crazy. Their face-offs were pretty awesome. Sorry, I was just watching the face-off right now. Cool, man. This is going to be intense. Joe Rogan is saying that he spoke with everybody kind of before the fight or whatever, and that they believe that it's his time. Cannoneer believes it's his time. Get my Twitter ready. Twitter. Love that Twitter. So the first time Holloway Volkanovsky fought, Holloway was the favorite, and then tonight Volkanovski's the favorite tonight. So we'll see what happens, though. Anybody can win on any given day in any fight, really. For real. UFC 276. Hashtag UFC 276. Then hashtag UFC 276 live. Tweet, woohoo! We're starting. This is going to be awesome. Go Adesanya. So my goal this month of July is actually to get a little bit fatter. I have a boxing match against a guy who weighs more than me, and it's my goal to reach his weight and kind of like, harness that strength, harness that weight. You know what I mean? Like I said before, man, we are biology and we occupy a world of physics. So in this world of physics, all we have is the manipulation of mass times acceleration when it comes to using force. But anyways, thanks, Newton. Okay. Right now they're playing some odds from DraftKings Sportsbooks. DraftKings Sportsbook. I don't really like using DraftKings Sportsbook. Nothing against it. I found my own. Like I know where I love to bet my sports. Oh, right now they're doing a promo for UFC 4. It was a great game, great video game. I got it on my Xbox as well. I recommend it if you enjoy it. Right now they're talking up Sean Strickland, and like watch the pre-fight conference if you haven't watched it. Sean Strickland talks up a storm in that one, man. It's brilliant. But Alex Pereira, I believe Alex Pereira is going to win tonight. We'll see what happens though. It's just the fact that he's being trained by Glover Teixeira is why I think that Alex Pereira is going to knock out Sean Strickland. Sorry, I was just writing the fights in a row here. Strickland versus Pereira. And then Robbie Lawler versus Bam Bam Barbarina. I almost wanted to bet on Bam Bam Barbarina because I have a baby mother named Barbara. And I was like, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Because his name is Barbarina and Barbara. I know. I love Barbara that much. I almost fucking bet on Bam Bam Barbarina. That sounds crazy. I know. Sick, degenerate gambler. Right now, Pedro Munoz is warming up. He's got about like 10 minutes before he goes to the ring, probably. Sean's skipping. I feel like Sean Strickland. I'm sorry. Sean O'Malley is going to knock out Munoz tonight, but we'll see, man. We'll see. Everybody's kind of expecting O'Malley to win, but we'll see what happens, though. Munoz is no joke. Hey, they're showing a trailer for the new Thor movie. Pretty good if you enjoy the Marvel universe. Is Thor? I can't remember. To be honest, I don't really care too much about superheroes other than Spider-Man and Batman, The Avengers were pretty fucking awesome, though. Thor, Love and Thunder. Totally. I kind of want to see that now. Okay, who's the fourth match? Oh, yeah, that's right. Volkanovsky versus Holloway. Okay, 3 judges, 3 5-minute rounds. Here we go. Just waiting for the first match to start, the first bout to start, O'Malley versus Munoz. It's going to be great. Scores are based on effective striking and grappling, then aggression if needed. Adasanya versus Cannoneer. All right, here we go. So I got these victory wings right here. Made them myself. Oh, yeah, look at that. Made these myself. They were super greasy, but totally worth it. Use Cajun pepper, use cayenne pepper, and a couple of sauces, and then it's going to be awesome. I'm only going to eat them when one of my bets works out. That's why I call them victory wings. So we're waiting for these victory wings. Hope I get to eat them early. Just going to drink my fucking chocolate milk until then. Aha. Right now they're doing a couple promos for Munoz versus O'Malley. They're showing on Munoz versus Sterling. I like Sterling. You know, Sterling's cool. I hope Sterling wins the next time he fights. I can't remember who he's fighting next, but I feel like he's going to backpack whomever he's with, man. The way he beat up Petr Yan, it was awesome. That Pedro Munoz versus Dominic Cruz was a fun fight. Sean O'Malley, woo! Sean O'Malley is saying that every time he fights, he wants to make somebody else look bad. So Sean O'Malley is awesome, man. Like, there's this video of him fighting in between like 3 different punching bags, and he's like jumping from one to the other, just like going crazy. And it's really cool. It's like that free flowing, freestyle kind of fight. You know, the way he was doing it was just, you know, floating like water, man. Floating like water. He has like the most like accuracy in strikes or something like that. I know we'll find out in a bit here. We'll find out in a bit here. Here we go. We got Megan Olive doing the introduction right now for O'Malley versus Munoz. So awesome. But as everybody knows, it's 50 fucking 50. It doesn't matter who's in a fight, it's always 50-50. Especially when they're as evenly matched as the UFC makes them. And that's what the UFC is known for, is selecting the most evenly matched fighters in the world. Right now, O'Malley is walking to the ring. Everybody's supporting the Venom logo on the side, of course. Sean O'Malley, ranked number 13. Right now, Sean O'Malley has the pink hair going, like, I mean, at the press conference and all that, but. All right. I'm going to set up my tweet right now. That's for a future. Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley. Joe Rogan talking about Sean O'Malley's creativity, his speed, and his accuracy. Right now, Sean O'Malley is on a 3-fight win streak. He has the highest significant strike rate in UFC history, 3rd highest significant strike accuracy, like I was trying to say earlier. Right now, they're making sure he doesn't have anything in his gloves, making sure it's going to be a fair fight, all that shit. Awesome. Everybody roars for Sean O'Malley as he goes like this while he enters the ring. Does a cartwheel as he enters the ring. Struts around the ring like a boss. And we got plus 130 for Sean O'Malley to go inside the distance, plus 150 for Sean O'Malley to win by decision, and plus 475 Munoz inside the decision. We'll see what happens. 450, I mean, for Munoz to win those, or some shit like inside the distance is what I mean. All right, Pedro Munoz is coming to the ring right now, representing American Top Team, and coming in from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Can tweet him. Everybody, we got DC talking up a storm, saying that Pedro Munoz has the skill to strike with O'Malley, but we'll see what happens, you know. Pedro Munoz, most appearances in UFC bantamweight history with 18, which passes Uriah Faber. You gotta love Uriah Faber. Definitely a big change, man, from drinking beers to drinking this 4 liter of chocolate milk. I wonder if I can drink the whole fucking thing before it's over. Probably. Like I said, I'm trying to gain weight because I'm fighting another person in August, and he's a bit more bigger. I want to gain weight. Anyways, Pedro Munoz, former RFA bantamweight champion, second most performance awards in UFC bantamweight history, third most significant strikes in UFC bantamweight history at 1,012. Joe Rogan talking about his black belt. I love what Carlson Gracie said. It's like hit a black belt once, he turns into a brown belt. Hit him when he's a brown belt, he turns into a purple belt. You gotta love that. Carlson Gracie's awesome. Hope I said that right. All right, Munoz enters the ring, jogging back and forth in front of his corner. There we go. We got the tail of the tape happening. Okay, Pedro Munoz, 35, 5'6", 135.5, reach 65 inches. Sean O'Malley has 7-inch reach advantage, 135, 5'11", 27 years old. Sean O'Malley. Here we go. This is gonna be a good one. Minus 305 favorite is Sean O'Malley. Bruce Buffer wearing a sweet jacket with a bunch of dragonflies on it, doing the best ever. I mean, Bruce Buffer is the man. I don't give a shit what you say about the UFC. Bruce Buffer is the king of it all, man. You know, Dana White's, but I mean, like, Bruce Buffer's my hero. In fact, when it comes to Bruce Buffer, I was going to buy my father a happy birthday kind of thing, like a happy birthday audio with Bruce Buffer going like, "With the best dad ever and still," you know, something like that. All right, Sean O'Malley, 15 wins, 1 loss. From Phoenix, Arizona. He is the minus 305 favorite. Sugar Sean O'Malley. It's awesome, man. Awesome. A lot of people wearing Sugar Sean shirts. Oh, the crowd's booing Pedro Munoz. Oh, man, this is going to be tough, man. This is going to be tough for Sean O'Malley. I don't know if you saw the face-off, but, like, Pedro Munoz looks very emotional or something like that. I don't know, man. Those ears that Pedro Munoz has, you know, they say that he's a tough son of a bitch. That's for damn sure. Well, I mean, his record as well. But anyways, our referee tonight is Jason Herzog and the beautiful Ariane Celeste wearing all red with the monster logo on one of her, yeah. All right, here we go. They don't touch gloves. We're starting here, 5 minutes. Here we go. All right, Sean stands in the center of the ring. Munoz gives him a couple of kicks. Got Sean doing the southpaw thing. 4:40 left. They're feeling each other out. They both respect each other. They definitely both respect each other. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Waiting for Sean to find a groove here. Come on, Sean. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. And right now they're both playing a chess match with each other. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. They're both in the center of the ring right now. Sean O'Malley throws a couple of front kicks. Munoz has thrown a couple more kicks that landed to O'Malley's shin. It would make sense, though, like if Munoz focuses on those calf kicks to slow down Sean O'Malley, you know, as far as that goes. And I'm not even going to look at what people are saying on the fucking chat. Say whatever the fuck you want, but I'm not even looking. And right now, Sean O'Malley is throwing a few kicks back, you know, answering back, of course, as far as that goes. Munoz throws another kick, lands to the inside thigh of O'Malley. 3 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first round. I think right now Sean O'Malley is respecting him just a little bit too much, but that's expected. I mean, Munoz is no joke, man. I hope Sean O'Malley figures out his groove here. Rooting for Sean O'Malley, but we'll see what happens. Right now, Pedro Munoz, I feel like he's in the lead right now. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left, and Sean still hasn't got into a striking game like he usually does, but we'll see what happens here. And they're speaking about how Pedro Munoz hasn't been finished, so Sean's got his work cut out for him, man. A good roundhouse by Sean O'Malley, but it was a good dodge by Munoz. Got to make it land. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. They're still really overly respecting each other, and that's okay. I mean, that's any slip up, and then the other person's going to catch them. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left. Sean O'Malley landed a nice right hand, and Munoz is starting to back off just a little bit more. So, Sean's starting to figure him out, but he gave him a low blow. Sean O'Malley accidentally landed a low blow on Pedro Munoz. I think they're stopping the clock. 1:53 left. He's got like 5 minutes to recover. The referee was saying it's a complete accident. I agree with that, but ouch. Just watching the replay, and it was a pretty intense kick to the ball. The balls of the feet, right on the balls of Pedro Munoz, basically. All right, back to the fight here. 1:53 left. Here we go. I really like the way Sean O'Malley switches stances from southpaw to orthodox, like with so much fluidity. It's awesome. Anyway, minute 30 seconds left. A couple of good jabs from O'Malley, but more leg kicks have been landed by Munoz than O'Malley. Those leg kicks, I believe, have given Munoz the round so far. Minute 20 seconds left. Those leg kicks, again, they just keep adding up. You got to watch out for those, O'Malley. Come on, O'Malley. Come on, O'Malley. A friend of mine at work said, when you root for one fighter, the other fighter will win sometimes. I'm like, I know, but it's like, don't say that. But right now, I think that Munoz has this round. There's 1 minute left. Munoz went for a high kick there. That was pretty cool, but Sean O'Malley blocked it. You gotta love those blocks. 40 seconds left. There was so many feints thrown at the beginning of this fight, like they're trying to psych each other out and set it up, That was a good roundhouse to the midsection of Munoz from Sean O'Malley. 30 seconds left. $15 seconds left. 10 seconds left in the first round. Couple of good throws, couple of good misses, but I think that first round went to Pedro Munoz. Those leg kicks really added up for Pedro Munoz, and I think the first round went to Pedro Munoz. That's how I'd score it, but we'll see what happens here. There's 10 minutes left in this fight, so anything can happen. Right now, Sean O'Malley's coach is talking him up. He's like, letting him know there's plenty of time in this fight. You're good. Sean O'Malley's coach telling him to snipe him out, man. Just throw that fucking haymaker. Give it. All right, about to start round two. Pedro Munoz, Sean O'Malley. Here we go. Herzog is a good referee, man. All right, here we go. Second round starting right now. First strike. First strike, Pedro Munoz to the outside thigh of O'Malley. Standing in the middle of the ring right now. If Sean O'Malley can start striking and using that 7-inch reach advantage that he has, then the fight will start going his way. But round one, Munoz. Come on, O'Malley. You got to win this round, man. All right, 4 minutes, 20 seconds left in the second round. Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley. Couple feints, couple of swings and misses. Joe Rogan was just saying that this is another level for Sean O'Malley because Pedro Munoz is the real deal up there as well. I think Sean O'Malley has to throw that jab a bit more. But, easier said than done. Munoz is really doing some good kick work. I'm enjoying watching this fight, and I'm betting on Sean O'Malley, but I'm really respecting Pedro Munoz's game right now. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in round two. Kick and a miss by Munoz. Good evasive maneuvers by each fighter. All it takes is one slip. That was a good right hand to Pedro Munoz's head. 3 minutes left in round two. Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley. Both standing in the center of the ring right now. Those inside leg kicks from Pedro Munoz are fucking up Sean O'Malley right now. Come on, Sean O'Malley. Two minutes, 35 seconds in round number two, Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley. Again, those inside leg kicks are starting to add up. Come on, Sean O'Malley. Man, those kicks are intense by Pedro Munoz. Uh-oh, my live is freezing up. Don't like that. Damn Xbox. Hang on, I'm just going to close the window and go back to live because it freaking froze up. Pay $64.99 for this shit and it freezes up. That's the way it goes, but here we go. All right, here we go. I just missed something. It looks like Sean O'Malley just gave Pedro Munoz another low blow. And Jason Herzog said, careful, it's an accident. There's 1 minute 50 seconds in round number two. Oh shit. Never mind. It was an eye poke. I'm sorry. My fucking Xbox froze up. That's why you gotta buy PlayStation. But my Xbox froze up, and that's that. But there's 1 minute 50 seconds left, and right now they're gonna look at Pedro Munoz's eye. When Sean was stepping back, he clawed his face, and it got into the right eye of Pedro Munoz. Hopefully that works out in Sean O'Malley's favor and he starts fucking up Munoz tonight. I hope there's no point taken off for Sean O'Malley. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't want him to win that way, but at the same time, I want Sean O'Malley to win that much. Right now, Munoz has taken 1 minute to recover, so I mean, it's not good that that he's taken so much time to recover from this eye poke. It'll be no contest if this fight's over, probably, right? I don't know. It's crazy. Right now, Pedro's saying that he can't see out of that eye. Jason Herzog, one of the greatest referees in the world right now, is saying we'll take some time here. We'll take the 5 minutes, see what happens. Joe Rogan was just saying that Pedro is reaching for a disqualification. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't want to see anybody get disqualified. Oh no, it's over. It's over now. They're calling off the fight because of an eye poke from Sean O'Malley to Pedro Munoz. Brutal. I'm not too sure where that ends up with my bet. So probably don't win because it's a no contest. And I don't think I get my money back because it's a no contest, but we'll see. Good sportsmanship. Sean O'Malley's giving Pedro Munoz a hug right now. Like, sorry, bro, I didn't mean to poke your eye out. Brutal. With 1:50 seconds left in round number 2, this fight ends in a no contest because of an eye poke by Sean O'Malley to Pedro Munoz. Joe Rogan trying to say it didn't look that bad, but I mean, it's Pedro Munoz's eye, not Joe Rogan's eye. Yeah, Herzog called off the fight, so they're both winners, or they're both whatever, you know? I'm not too sure how that works out with my betting. I bet $20 on Sean O'Malley. I think my bet just gets taken away from me because it's a no contest, but oh well, I guess. I might get the money back. I'll let you know later. Let's see. I'm going to say, oh, too bad about an eye poke ending the fight. O'Malley was just getting warmed up. But I don't know. I think that Pedro Munoz is winning that fight for the most part. But, you know, like, it's just too bad that it's a no contest. All right, so Bruce Buffer just spoke just now, and he declared it a no decision. Both fighters kind of putting their hands up like, we tried. It's too bad that happened, but that's professional sports fighting for you. Steve will do it in the crowd going, fuck sakes. The crowd's pretty bummed out right now about the fact that that fucking eye poke ended everything. Ooh, Mel Gibson is in the fucking crowd right now. Cool. I don't care what anybody says, man. Mel Gibson is awesome. All right, so too bad about an eye poke ending the fight. O'Malley was just getting warmed up. Great kicks by Pedro Munoz. Rematch sometime. Respect to both fighters. Tweet. Well, I don't think I get to eat my victory wings just yet. The victory wings are for when one of my fighters wins, and that really doesn't count as anybody winning. I'm going to look at my betting app right now, see if I get the money back or if it's gone. I think it's just gone, but we'll see what happens. It'd be sweet if I get the money back. Right now, John Anik is talking up DraftKings. Chael Sonnen is always doing DraftKings promo, like every time he makes a video. Chael Sonnen's awesome. Okay, so apparently I got my money back, unless that was, no wait, that was a different app. I parlayed earlier today. I parlayed on Jim Miller and Jalen Turner to win for like $10 or whatever it was, and I got $27 from that. And I have to open up my other betting app in order to see if I won my money back for that Pedro Munoz versus Sean O'Malley fight. But I'm not entirely sure how that works. I think when it's a no contest, that you know the people that the sports book gets to keep the money, right? So that is what that is. But oh well, that's sports gambling for you, right? I'll check it out right now. Just gotta log in. It's going slow because I'm streaming this. I'm streaming the pay-per-view, and I'm tweeting at the same time, so my connection's going pretty slow right now. The Style Bender just entered the arena right now, balling, of course, with a bunch of jewelry around his neck. Cannoneer entering the building right now. Cannoneer looks a bit like sad, a little bit, maybe just nervous that he's headlining and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I hope it's a really good fight. Like I'm betting on Adesanya, but like at the same time, I'm almost rooting for Cannoneer. I don't know. I can't explain it. Like I love Israel Adesanya because he won me money before against, what is it, Whitaker? Yeah. And like tonight, anybody can win, but it is what it is. I think that no contest, though, with Sean O'Malley and Pedro Munoz means that my sports betting app gets to keep the money that I bet, which is unfortunate to say the least. All right, here we go with Robbie Lawler versus Barbarina. I guess I'll just X out the verses for a disqualification or whatever it is instead of Xing out the fighters. You can't see it because it's the thin black marker. If I use this thicker black marker, you probably can't see it as well because it's almost out of ink. There you go. Crossed out the verses as in no contest. It is what it is. Okay, Barbarina talking up a storm right now against Robbie Lawler. Brian versus Robbie. Here we go. All right, I'm going to look at my bets. I'm talking about Robbie Lawler and how he started in 2002. And they're re-showing the Nick Diaz win that he had. Nick Diaz used to be so awesome, man. Too bad that age happens to everybody. All right, it doesn't say if I get my money back or not when it comes to, like right now the bet is being resulted on my betting app. So I don't know if I'll get the money back or if it just gets taken from my betting app. I guess I'm hoping that I get the money back because it's a no contest, But here we go. Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. This is going to be a bloodbath. Here we go. Brian Barbarina is coming out to Staying Alive by the Bee Gees. That's awesome. Oh, God. Groovy. Grooving out. All right, Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. Rooting for Robbie Lawler, but anything can happen. Like I've said before, everybody says this before. When it comes to a fight between two human beings, 50-50. Just grooving out to the Bee Gees. Barbarina dancing away on his way into the ring. It's awesome. Barbarina was saying that Robbie was a legend then, and Robbie's a legend now, and then so am I. I like that. After watching the press conference, I'm definitely nervous for Robbie Lawler, but what made me bet on Robbie Lawler is that Robbie Lawler has never spoken about retiring once. Well, Barbarina was like, if UFC doesn't re-sign me, I'm going to retire. And to me, that kind of speaks like maybe his heart's not in it unless he's just in the UFC. You know what I mean? So, whereas like a fighter like Robbie Lawler, his heart would be in it. Doesn't matter which league. He's fought in multiple leagues. So, that's what pushed my decision to bet on Robbie Lawler this time around. But Barbarina seems like a nice guy, you know, like, and even though nice guys are a good thing, you know, just the way it seems like, I don't know, anything can happen, anything can happen. But Robbie Lawler is who I'm betting on tonight. Age is definitely a factor right now because Robbie Lawler is like 40 or something like that, and Brian Barbarina is like 33 or something like that. So age is definitely a factor here. If this was old school UFC, Robbie Lawler has his head completely shaved and Brian Barbarina has a bunch of hair. So, I mean, if this was old school UFC, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 old school, he'd be able to grab Barbarina's hair the way that Hoist Gracie grabbed Chemo's hair and ended up getting an armbar on Chemo. Watch that fight if you haven't watched that fight. That's a great fight. This thing is going to be nice and warm within the 3 hours of watching this pay-per-view, but oh well. Try not to leave my seat. Chocolate milk's better for you than beer anyway. Okay, Robbie Lawler, former UFC welterweight champion, fourth most significant strikes in UFC welterweight history with 1,111, and fifth most knockouts in UFC welterweight history with 6. This could be awesome. Okay, so according to the results of the Sean O'Malley versus the Pedro Munoz fight, I ended up getting my $20 that I bet on Pedro Munoz back and Sean O'Malley. So I think with that, I'm going to add another $20 on Adasanya. No, actually, I'm just going to keep the $20 that I got back, I guess. And then I'll spend it on my trip to Edmonton this month that I'm going on. It's going to be great. Just 1 second. All right, tail of the tape. We got Robbie Lawler, 40 years old, 5'11", 171 pounds, reach 74 inches. Brian Barbarina, 33 years old, 6 feet tall, 170.5 pounds, 72.5-inch reach. So Robbie Lawler has like a slight reach advantage. No big deal, though. Bruce Buffer doing his thing because he's the fucking man. Brian Barbarina has 17 wins, 8 losses, and the odds of Brian Barbarina winning right now, the updated odds are -110. Surprising. When I bet on Robbie Lawler, I think that Robbie Lawler was the favorite when I bet on him. Yeah, he was -125 when I bet on him. Let's see what he is now. He's -110, so they're dead even right now. So Robbie Lawler, 29 wins, 15 losses, 1 no contest from Coconut Creek, Florida. Here we go. Robbie Lawler feeling it in, bringing in the energy. It's awesome. Crowd cheers louder for Robbie Lawler. The referee in charge this time around, Mark Smith. Mark Smith's a good referee as well. Here we go. Mark Smith in the center of the ring. You ready? You ready? Fights on. Okay, round 1. Here we go. First kick by Brian Barbarina. Speed, age is a factor. Second strike from Barbarina. Another kick. Slow down the legs of Robbie Lawler. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in round number 1. Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. Feeling each other out in the middle of the ring. Another chess match. There's a warning about the fingers, make sure your fingers are in your glove because, the fight before was fucking stopped from a poke to the eye, so Mark Smith is more aware than ever with eye pokes. All right, 4 minutes, 10 seconds left, round 1. Wow, a really good shot to the liver by Robbie Lawler. Nice left, standing in that southpaw stance. Like a whip, like a snap. It was awesome. Like when you snap a towel. So, true pro. All right, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left in round number 1. So far, I'm giving this to Lawler, but we'll see what happens. Plenty of fight left. Couple of good leg kicks from Barbarina, Oh, that was a good exchange with Barbarina landing a couple of good strikes on Robbie Lawler there. Oh man, this is intense, man. Robbie Lawler is kind of in trouble here. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left in round 1. And Robbie Lawler is kind of staying in the center of the ring while Barbarina's on the outside of the ring, on the octagon. Wow, really good right to the jaw from Robbie Lawler to Brian Barbarina. Shook him up a bit, so Barbarina kind of walked away just a bit to kind of regain himself. Really good exchanges by these two. Robbie Lawler's got to be careful. He's eating a bit too many punches, I think. But I do respect. Oh, wow. That was awesome. That was a good uppercut by Robbie Lawler and kind of sent him back to the cage like that a bit because Barbarina's on the outside and Lawler's on the inside and they're just boxing each other right now. It's fucking awesome. Okay, 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 1. Barbarina's using that jab a lot. It's like a softer jab, but it's a psych out kind of jab, like a setup jab, to set up the next strike. That was a good elbow from Barbarina to Robbie Lawler. They're just exchanging, so it's a pretty cool fight, actually. 2 minutes, 5 seconds left, round number 1. And they just keep throwing back and forth at each other right now. It's just about who has the most iron jaw, who has the stronger jaw right now. This is cool. Minute 50 seconds left, round number 1, Robbie Lawler, Brian Barbarina. And Brian Barbarina is just kind of going like that the entire time, kind of psyching him out. It's pretty cool, actually. Respecting it, but he could get caught. Couple of good uppercuts from Robbie Lawler, though. Those uppercuts are shaking up Barbarina. Minute 30 seconds left, round number 1. They keep exchanging. Robbie Lawler has to throw a bit more, I think. Easier said than done. Wow. Diverse striking from Barbarina. There was a backwards elbow, that was awesome. It was a good strike. Oh, a really good uppercut from Robbie Lawler to Barbarina. Minute left in the first round. It was 156 strikes thrown by Barbarina, 41 strikes thrown by Lawler. But I think Lawler threw more significant strikes that hurt Barbarina, but it's hard to say. 40 seconds left in round number 1. This is intense. Wow. Come on, Robbie Lawler. I think age is getting to Robbie Lawler, man. This is brutal. Barbarina looks like he's starting to fuck him up, but we'll see what happens here. There's a good 1-2 by Lawler to Barbarina with 30 seconds left in the first round. Wow. Wow. Man, this is a fight. I like it. This is a damn good fight. Because they're both just striking at each other, and they're just kind of standing in front of each other, striking one another. That's it. Wow, intense. My live cash out odds right now, I can cash out right now, Robbie Lawler, and have $20 even, but right now I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to close my betting app right now and stick to my bet. Robbie Lawler. We're in between the first and the second round. Robbie Lawler, Brian Barbarina. Brian Barbarina is fucking doing a couple of good fucking, like keeping the distance with his jab. It's fucking awesome, but he's staying on the outside of the ring. So Robbie Lawler is kind of seeming more dominant by being in the center of the ring, but at the same time, there's a couple of good elbows by Barbarina in the first round. I'm giving that first round to Barbarina. Hopefully round 2, Robbie Lawler does something a bit more eccentric and fucks up Brian Barbarina, but easier said than done. Second round, here we go. Right now they're doing a shout out to Modelo. I still got to try Modelo. All right, fights on. Here we go. Mark Smith just said. First strike by Brian Barbarina in round 2. Fuck, I hope Robbie Lawler comes back and wins this. The live odds. Robbie Lawler is in the lead for the live odds right now. Robbie Lawler is respecting Barbarina a bit too much this second round here, but we'll see what happens. You got to remember, too, that Robbie Lawler has so much more experience than Barbarina, so maybe he's working on something here, but we'll see what happens. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Right now, Barbarina, I think, is taking this first minute. Still rooting for Robbie Lawler to win. Couple of good right jabs. Gotta love the southpaw by Robbie Lawler. Oh, it was right on the jaw from Robbie Lawler to Barbarina. Wow, that jab is strong by Robbie Lawler. He just landed another one on Barbarina's chin. Here we go. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second round. Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in round 2. Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. Robbie Lawler is throwing some more significant strikes, I believe. It kind of looks like Brian Barbarina's nose is definitely bleeding right now. And, he has a couple of, Robbie Lawler has like a big welt right here, but doesn't really look like it's affecting him that much. Whereas the blood on the nose of Barbarina looks like it's kind of affecting him just a little bit. When somebody sees that they're bleeding, they kind of act a little bit different, even when they're at that professional level, Anyways, 3 minutes left in round number 2. Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. And we're in the same kind of stance situation as the first round. We got Robbie Lawler in the center of the ring, while Barbarina's kind of on the outside line of the octagon, in the ring. Yeah. Oh, Barbarina trying to step into the middle of the ring a bit, trying to be like, no, it's mine too. My ring too. This is a good fight. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 2. Both fighters look like they're getting tired already, obviously. Good right jab from Robbie Lawler. Right now, Mark Smith telling him, watch those fingers, Robbie, because, he doesn't want to cause another eye poke. That disqualification hurt the pay-per-view overall, I'd say. But, okay, minute 50 seconds left. Round number 2, Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barbarina. Right in the center of the ring. Brian Barbarina's starting to own the ring a bit more. Oh, wait, that jab kind of woke up Barbarina. Robbie Lawler's landing some pretty good jabs, but anything could happen. Oh. Barbarina stunned Robbie Lawler just a bit there. Threw a couple elbows after he stunned him. Here we go. Oh, Robbie Lawler's getting teed off on just a little bit. Barbarina's throwing a couple good elbows. Get out of there, Robbie Lawler. Back up, regroup, recover, get out of there. Come on, man. Come on, Robbie Lawler. Oh, a couple of good jabs from Robbie Lawler. This is intense, man. They both want to go forward, so that's why it's awesome. But come on, Robbie Lawler. Come on, Robbie Lawler. Big left hand from Barbarina. Like, Robbie Lawler looks really stunned right now, man. It's crazy. 45 seconds left in round number 2. Robbie Lawler versus Bryan Barbarina. Here we go. Oh, a couple of good elbows from Bryan Barbarina. 35 seconds left, round number 2. Robbie Lawler looks a bit tired, a bit wobbly, staggering a bit. Oh my God. Come on, Robbie Lawler. Oh, wow. A good right overhead. I think it's about to be finished right here. Barbarina's teeing off on him against the cage. And Mark Smith ends it right there. He's like, nope, that's it. Bryan Barbarina ends up taking my $20. But no, respect though. Respect to Bryan Barbarina. He fought a really good fight. The match is over. Round number 2. And Robbie Lawler got fucked up. But, it is what it is. Respect to both fighters. Robbie Lawler has age against him. And Barbarina is a bit younger, so that's just sort of how it went tonight. Respect to Bryan Barbarina, good win on his part. My $20. Oh well, shit happens. Those elbows really destroyed Robbie Lawler. Soon as he started landing those elbows, that's when Robbie Lawler started getting wobbly. Like, where am I? And certainly, it paid off for Barbarina in the long run. And he threw a couple of good rights to basically end the fight and like open up the opportunity for the finish for him. And there we go. TKO strikes. Oh, wow. Wow, congratulations to Bryan Barbarina. I knew I should have bet on Barbarina, man, because I have a baby mother named Barb. Anyways, no, but Bryan Barbarina totally earned that win. Congratulations to Bryan Barbarina on earning that win against legend Robbie Lawler. Cheers. And since it's bad luck to not drink after a cheers, I have to take a swig of this chocolate milk here. Bruce Buffer doing the decision right now, all right, here we go. Joe Rogan's doing an interview with Bryan Barbarina. But yeah, 4 minutes, 47 seconds into round number 2. Bryan Barbarina started leveling out Robbie Lawler, and he finished the fight. That is what it is, man. I bet on Robbie Lawler, but it is what it is. Congratulations again to Bryan Barbarina. Respect. Bryan Barbarina looks like he's been in a fight, though. So, it was a damn good fight. Check it out when you can, it was a good fight. My $20 is gone because of the talent of Bryan Barbarina, and I'm going to have to cross out one of my heroes, maybe one of yours, Robbie Lawler. Bam. Respect to Robbie Lawler. It is what it is. And he's just telling Joe Rogan right now, I saw my opportunity. I couldn't let up as soon as I saw my opportunity. And he finished the fight. So respect to Bryan Barbarina. And, that was a big win for Bryan Barbarina. Robbie Lawler is the shit. So Bryan Barbarina pulling off that win, it was a big win for Bryan Barbarina. So respect Bryan Barbarina. These victory wings, man. I thought I would be able to eat these fucking victory wings when, Sean O'Malley finished off Pedro Munoz, but it was a disqualification because of an eye poke. What are you going to do? Miles Teller is in the audience. Miles Teller is awesome, man. That firefighter movie he was in, I forget what it's called. That was a great movie. And Whiplash with J.K. Simmons or whatever it's called. Whiplash was awesome. About the drummer. Wow. So the odds for Brian Barbarina winning by knockout was plus 350. So if you bet $100 on Brian Barbarina, you win $350. Wish I bet on some of that, but respect. And Brian Barbarina earned taking away my $20. But that's gambling. I love it. I'll gamble forever. All right, on to the next one. What do we got? Crossing off the verses for O'Malley versus Munoz. And then crossing off Robbie Lawler because Barbarina won. And now we have Strickland versus Pereira. So we'll see what happens. It's a good pay-per-view so far. It's just too bad about the first fight being a disqualification because of an eye poke. Other than that, though, it's a good pay-per-view. That Robbie versus Brian fight was amazing. You know what I mean? It was just too bad Robbie didn't win, but that's the way she goes, man. Way she goes, boys. To quote Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. And right now they're doing a shout out for the next UFC coming up there with Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes. Nunes used to be like the best in the world. Well, she's still, obviously still one of the best in the world, but Pena's so fucking cool. Juliana Pena is an awesome fighter. Her determination reminds me of one of my sisters. And I respect that level of determination. That's how strong my sister is. She has Juliana Pena fucking determination, Anyways, Juliana Pena versus Amanda Nunes too. It's going to be a good one. I hope that Amanda Nunes gets back her killer instinct and maybe they'll make a trilogy out of it. But Amanda Nunes is the greatest of all time. Brandon Moreno has another fight coming up as well. That ought to be a good one against Kai Kara France or whatever. Cool. Interim Flyweight Championship and the World Bantamweight Championship for UFC 277. I'm doing a shout out to Zip Recruiter. Nothing wrong with that. Right now they're talking up the Juliana Pena fight versus Amanda Nunes fight still. Let's listen to Daniel Cormier talk up Juliana Pena. Daniel Cormier is a class act, I like Daniel Cormier. I mean, obviously that's why he's ringside right now after being a legend. Oh, Derek Lewis has another fight coming up against Sergey Pavlovich. I like Derek Lewis, but ever since Tai Tuivasa knocked out Derek Lewis, I'm a Tai Tuivasa fan now. I hope Tai Tuivasa somehow, some way ends up winning against Cyril Gane, but I think Cyril Gane's probably going to win that fight, Tai Tuivasa, Cyril Gane, but only time will tell, man. Both are very talented fighters, and anything can happen. Take another swig of this chocolate milk. All right, middleweight rankings. We got Sean Strickland, number 4 in the world, and he's fighting Alex Pereira coming up right now. The amount of shit that Sean Strickland talked at the press conference for this, like, it made me almost want to bet on Sean Strickland, but I bet on Alex Pereira because he has Glover Teixeira in his corner. So I hope Alex Pereira wins. But at the same time, after that press conference, I'm just like, wow, Sean Strickland's pretty cool. Right now, they're doing the trailer for Strickland versus Pereira. Joe Rogan talking up the one-punch knockout power of Alex Pereira. And Pereira did win against Israel Adesanya before, so hopefully he'll win against Sean Strickland, but they are dead even now. Ever since the press conference where Sean Strickland talked up a storm, they became dead even. Alex was the favorite, and then after that press conference, everybody started betting on Sean Strickland, and now they're even. And I said this before about Sean Strickland. I believe that he has more of a tight, aggressive fight style. You know what I mean? Tight, aggressive is what it calls for at this level. You know what I mean? I'm comparing it to poker, not exactly the same sport, but you got to be tight and aggressive, you know? Like when you have it, go all in. When you don't have it, be conservative. Sean Strickland is kind of sounding like he's underestimating him. All he has is a left hook and a knee. But it's definitely a 50-50 coin flip. If Alex Pereira wins, then I get to eat my fucking wings, man. I want to eat these wings. They're cold now. They're still delicious, but they're cold now. I want to show Sean Strickland that I'm the future champion of this division, is what Alex Pereira is saying. If Alex Pereira wins this fight, though, I would love to see him fight Israel Adesanya again, you know? Because since Israel Adesanya and Alex Pereira fought the first time or whatever, like, Israel Adesanya has evolved. So it'd be nice to see who wins that one. But, I mean, we've got to focus on this one first. And Adesanya still has to win against Cannoneer to be the champion. Everybody targets the champion. Alex Pereira on his way in, doing a little bit of showmanship, like a bow and arrow. I dig that. I respect that when Alex Pereira is putting out his hands to kind of like fist bump with the crowd on his way into the ring. There's a man in the crowd holding his baby, and his baby's like 2 or 3 years old, and that makes me kind of like laugh and at the same time warm-hearted because I have two baby girls who are like 2 years old and about to be 3 in September, one of them. And I would love to bring one of my daughters to UFC live. That'd be amazing. Because like I am training my daughter in Muay Thai, Krav Maga, and Jiu-Jitsu. So here we go. All right, Alex Pereira, 5-fight win streak, former Glory kickboxing light heavyweight champion. Here we go. Daniel Cormier is saying that Alex Pereira believes that he's going to put Sean Strickland to sleep tonight. I hope so. Got the real life Popeye in the background there, Glover Teixeira in his corner. All right, props to watch for: Pereira inside the distance, plus 165. Strickland inside the distance, plus 240. Strickland to win by decision, plus 240. Should have bet on Pereira to win inside the distance. But again, coin flip. Anything could happen. Watching Sean Strickland walk into the ring right now. It's amazing the way his energy level switched from the press conference to walking in the ring. Walking in the ring just looks way more focused on the fight. Whereas, I mean, the press conference, they're trying to build the hype for it, right? So, but Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira coming right up. Jared Bandera said that if Sean Strickland wins, he might stop watching anime. All right. Sean Strickland, second longest active win streak in UFC middleweight division, third highest significant strike rate in the UFC middleweight history, highest significant strike defense in UFC middleweight history, 70%. Cool. Here we go. Sean Strickland walks directly to his corner, bounces around in his corner. Joe Rogan is talking up Sean Strickland's ground game. It's going to be awesome. Wow, it's all fucking pumped up, man. Here we go. Here we go. All right, tail of the tape. Sean Strickland, 31 years old, 6'1", 185.5 pounds, 76-inch reach. Alex Pereira, 79-inch reach, 184.5 pounds, 6'4", Alex Pereira, and age 34, Alex Pereira, 31, Sean Strickland. Anything could happen. They're both pretty much evenly matched except for like the height. Bruce Buffer doing his thing. Alex Pereira, 5 wins, 1 loss. Alex Pereira is the plus 105 underdog now. Wow. Unreal. They were dead even last night. Oh, I hope Pereira wins this one because I want to eat my victory wings. They're only called victory wings because I have to win in order to eat them. To win my bet. Sean Strickland, 25 wins, 3 losses. The minus 125 favorite. Intense. Take a swig of this. All right, Jason Herzog is the referee of this one. Brittany Palmer, the beautiful ring girl, blowing kisses at me. Just joking. Okay, here we go. Round number 1, Alex Pereira versus Sean Strickland. See what happens. They touch gloves at the beginning of the fight. Here we go. First kick, Alex Pereira to the calf of Sean Strickland. 4 minutes, 45 seconds left. Sean Strickland is kind of like pushing forward, but Alex Pereira is sort of landing more strikes right now. And I hope that keeps happening. Come on, Alex Pereira. Come on, Alex Pereira. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Round number 1, Strickland versus Pereira. Anything can happen. Really good calf kicks from Alex Pereira to Sean Strickland. Enjoying that. He's kind of breaking them down a bit. The old kickboxing style. Awesome. Herzog telling them to watch their fingers. You know, because of the first bout being a disqualification because of an eye poke. Fuck. All right. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left in round number 1. Strickland versus Pereira. So far, I'm thinking Pereira is winning, but we'll see what happens. Couple of good overhand rights by Alex Pereira. Alex is landing more shots, but, you know, like I said, Sean Strickland has a very tight, aggressive style, so he's staying in a strong guard until he, I don't know, has an opening or something. We'll see what happens there. 3 minutes, 5 seconds left. Round number 1, Strickland versus Pereira. Two minutes, 50 seconds left. Round number 1. Nobody went to the ground yet the entire pay-per-view. Like, they never fought on the ground the entire pay-per-view yet. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Round number 1. Strickland versus Pereira. Right now, Pereira is doing the classical kickboxing match. He just keeps hammering at his legs. And that'll slow down Strickland and open. Oh, caught a really big. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. It is fucking done. That was so fucking awesome. Alex Pereira just threw a big fucking left square to the fucking jaw of Sean Strickland. That's so fucking cool. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. That was great, man. That was great. Alex Pereira just leveled out Sean Strickland. Unreal. Caught him. Caught him in his tight, aggressive stance. Caught him right there on the fucking jaw. That was fucking awesome. Well, Sean had his hands up. Didn't really have his chin down, though. Supposed to be chin down, hands up, baby. Fuck, that was awesome. All right, victory wings, baby. Wow. That was a precise left hook by Alex Pereira to Sean Strickland in the middle of the fucking ring. Like, Sean Strickland went to kind of like block his fucking hook, and then over top of him, Alex Pereira caught him on the fucking jaw, and it's over. Wow. That was awesome. I knew I should have bet on Alex Pereira inside the distance instead of just winning the fight. But at the same time, though, I won my bet, so I get to have my victory wings, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I made these myself. I'm going to have one now, and then, you know, recap on the fight here. Victory! That was good. That was awesome. The taste of victory is not only sweet, it's fucking spicy as hell. That was delicious. Sean Strickland looks very disappointed. Obviously, he just got knocked the fuck out. Anybody can win, like I said, 50-50. That was great. Where'd my marker go? 2 minutes, 33 seconds in the first round. Alex Pereira with a left hook on Sean Strickland's jaw. Knocked him out. It was fucking awesome. Alex Pereira getting a bit emotional. Like, I can't believe I did it. All right, I'm gonna fucking cross off Strickland. Fuck, I love fighting. I know I'm going to fight that Justin Osterbeck piece of shit one day. I know it. Oh, okay. I'm so fucking hungry to fight that guy. But anyways, I have a fight August 2nd against Arthur Phillips, and we're going to film it, so I'll show you guys that. It's going to be fucking awesome. Yesterday, I was supposed to fight. Sorry, the wings are spicy. Yesterday, I was supposed to fight Justin Osterbeck on Canada Day, but the guy was too much of a bitch to show up. Seriously, for an entire month and a half, I was like, show up, you little bitch, on Canada Day. We will fight one-on-one. I waited there from 12 p.m. to 12:30 for him to show up, and he was too scared. That's the fourth fucking time Justin was too fucking scared. Third fucking time he sent his mother. Second fucking time he cried to the witness, "This is Darren. This is Darren." He's a little fucking bitch, man. I fucking walked up to him the first fucking time and said, shake my hand or hit me. And he fucking froze up like a little bitch, man. All I know is We'll fight eventually. But anyways, back to the fight. Alex Pereira just won against Sean Strickland. Fucking knocked out Sean Strickland. It was great. God, I wish he showed up yesterday. For an entire month and a half, I was dogging the guy. He was too scared to show up. I gave him my permission to hurt me yesterday from 12 p.m. to 12:30, and he was too scared to show up. That's how much of a bitch Justin Osterbeck is. But oh well, that's okay. You know what I mean? That's how people are. That is over. I will try to stop talking about it because I won 4 fucking times against that piece of shit. He's like, I'm going to beat the piss out of you. I'm trained. I'm going to beat the piss out of you. I'm going to throw you around. He never threw me around. He never beat the piss out of me. I won 4 fucking times. You said he was going to fucking rat me out? Like, fuck that guy. Anyways, okay. Alex Pereira is saying that he earned it tonight. Fucking rights, he earned it. I earned it! But Alex Pereira earned it tonight, man. That was a fucking great left hook against Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland got caught with a left hook, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. Great work by Alex Pereira. I mean, he's Glover Teixeira's boy. Not like son boy, but like, yo, he's training him, so... Glover Teixeira in the middle of the ring taking a fucking selfie with them. It's fucking awesome. I love Glover Teixeira. Just hanging out there in the middle of the ring, living it up, smiling away, proud of his pupil. It's great. All right now they're doing a shout out to UFC 4. Again, I'll say that's a pretty damn good video game. Very realistic and fun combinations, stuff like that. Shaquille O'Neal's in the crowd. Cool, has a big beard. Hey, Chuck Liddell, one of my heroes, hopefully one of yours. Chuck Liddell is in the audience tonight. And then Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews is in the building as well. Diamond Dustin Poirier is in the fucking crowd tonight next to Justin Gaethje. Hey, Jiri Prohaska is in the crowd as well. That Jiri Prohaska versus Teixeira fight, that was amazing. That was amazing. Okay, here we go for one of the main events right now. We got Volkanovsky versus Holloway. This is going to be awesome because Holloway is looking for blood, man. I'm going to cross out Sean Strickland right now. And that is what it is, huh? Then we got O'Malley versus Munoz. I crossed out the verses because there was an eye poke that fucking ended it. That sucked. And then Lawler versus Barbarina. Barbarina earned that shit. That was awesome. And Strickland versus Pereira. Pereira really knocked the fuck out of Sean Strickland, which reminds me I should tweet. I got a tweet right now. Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. Whoa! Amazing left hook by Glover Teixeira's pupil. By Glover Teixeira's, what's that one? Padawan. Alex Pereira. Amazing left hook by Glover Teixeira's Padawan, Alex Pereira to Sean Strickland. Domination. Hashtag domination. Great win by Alex Pereira. Respect. All right. So I gotta say, man, like, all of the good work that Sean Strickland did at the press conference, I'm a little bit saddened that it went that way. You know, like, it was really good work by Sean Strickland, the way he was talking shit in the press conference. That was really good work for a professional fighter. Like, you know, building up the hype for them and stuff like that. That was really good work. It's just too bad it didn't pay off tonight because Alex Pereira knocked out Sean Strickland pretty damn easily in the first round. But that was a good fight. Respect to both fighters, and great win by Glover Teixeira's Padawan, Alex Pereira. Cheers. That deserves another victory win. There we go. Oh, yeah. Ah. You get to watch me sloppily eat hot wings that I made. I would make these hot wings for my girlfriends, my fuck buddies, whatever, Oh, that was delicious. Those hot wings are delicious, man. The taste of victory wings, sweet and spicy. Not that sweet, though. More spicy than sweet. All right, here we go. Back to the fights. Featherweight rankings. We got the champion, Alexander Volkanovsky. Number 1 is Max Holloway. So obviously another good matchup by UFC. How this is the trilogy. I watched both fights. Volkanovsky versus Holloway. Before this, I watched both fights. And that second fight, Holloway kind of got robbed, I think. And so does Matt Serra. One of my heroes, Matt Serra, he's like a jiu-jitsu doctor, And he thought that Max Holloway won that fight as well. But, that's Vegas, baby. Sometimes judges get influenced by the way betting patterns are. This is how I feel. But, you can never kind of prove that. But Max Holloway, I think, won the second fight. It's hard to say. But right now they're talking up that Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway fight. I bet $20 on Alexander Volkanovsky. But seeing how Max Holloway probably should have won the second fight, this one's going to be tough for Alexander Volkanovsky. And I heard people talking about this earlier, that if Max Holloway fights with too much of his emotions, the way he was at the press conference, he was like way too emotional. If Max Holloway uses too much emotion this fight around, then, he's got to be careful, man. He's got to rely on technique and style. But Volkanovski's no joke, man. Volkanovski's fucking amazing. Volkanovski's very well-rounded, takedown, striking, all that shit. Whereas, Max Holloway is just, really, really good at striking. He has the world record for most strikes in a UFC fight. With, 455 strikes or something like that. I forget what it was. Look it up. But the fact that he has that world record, that speaks loud, man. Sorry. But yeah, anyways. This is another coin flip, 50-50. So glad that Alex Pereira won that last fight. I wish I bet on Alex Pereira when he was the underdog, because going into the fight, like a few days ago when I bet on Alex Pereira, he was the favorite. And then today, Sean Strickland was the favorite because he was talking shit at the press conference. And I wish I bet on Alex Pereira today, because I would have got more money that way. But thank you, Alex Pereira, for winning me some money that time around. Respect. The shot of this awesome chocolate milk is for Alex Pereira knocking out Sean Strickland. Last time I drank beer on the other live stream I did. This time it's a 4 liter of chocolate milk, baby. I'm trying to gain weight. Because I have a fight against one of my friends August 2nd. And he weighs about 250 plus pounds. And I kind of want to catch up to his weight just a little bit. Just because I want our weights to be similar when we fight and when I throw my fists at him. You know, like it's going to be a good boxing match though. And I'm glad that I didn't have to pay him any money because I was offering to pay Justin and Justin didn't want to get in the ring. He was too afraid to get in the ring. So like I was going to offer Arthur, but like, you know, the fact that Arthur was like, I wish he had boxed me. I wish he had boxed me. So Arthur and I were going to film that boxing match August 2nd. And, you know, assuming everything works out, assuming he still wants to box, I'm sure he wants to box still, but we'll see what happens. He was the one who was wishing for it, and wish granted. All right, who we got walking to the ring now? Probably Holloway, the challenger. Grooving out to Max Holloway's music that he's entering the ring to. It sounds like some crazy anime stuff, man. I don't know what it is. Blessed MMA, if you want to tweet Max Holloway. All right, I'm going to start my tweet now. Max Holloway versus Alexander Volkanovsky. The crowd is going wild right now for Max Holloway. I can only hope that the crowd goes just as wild for Alexander Volkanovsky. We'll see what happens. Oh, I got $20 riding on Alexander Volkanovsky. Max Holloway's entering the ring right now. All right, we got Max Blessed Holloway. Joe Rogan is saying that this is what MMA is all about. And he's shouting out that they're the best of the best and they're in their primes, both of them. Joe Rogan talking about his fight IQ being so high. Joe Rogan calling Alexander Volkanovsky Max Holloway's biggest rival. It's awesome. All right, Max Holloway, ranked number 1 in the featherweight division, former UFC featherweight champion, most wins 18, finishes 10, and most performance awards 9 in the UFC featherweight history. Most significant strikes in UFC history with 2,848 significant strikes. Daniel Cormier talking up Max Holloway, saying he has all the skills. Definitely, definitely. I like Max Holloway's tattoo work too. He has like a angel wing right on the left shoulder, and then he has like a devil wing or something on the right shoulder. It's fucking awesome. I only have one tattoo, and it's of a woman that I had a crush on. And this woman that I had a crush on, she had pink hair. And yeah, my tattoo has pink hair. Oh my goodness, Alexander Volkanovsky is coming out to some really fun music. And I say fun because one of my best friends back in the day that I was in a band called Porno Death Grind with, he was rocking out to the song before. It's like, we come from the land down under. Volkanovsky is coming out to that song, so it's kind of funny and it's kind of like, it's cool at the same time. Volkanovsky talking into the camera right now. Let him boo, let him boo. I guess he thinks they're gonna boo him, but I don't know, man. I think Volkanovsky is gonna get a loud cheer soon as everybody sees him. Okay, half the crowd boos, Alexander Volkanovsky, and half the crowd cheers Alexander Volkanovsky. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Even if you become champion of the world, some people still hate on you, right? All right, here we go. We come from the land down under. Daniel Cormier saying he has it all. Basically the same things he said about Max Holloway, only with different synonyms. Daniel Cormier calling them the two best in history, fighting in their prime. Alexander Volkanovsky, UFC featherweight champion, second longest active win streak in the UFC, largest significant strike differential in UFC featherweight history at plus 3.16 per minute. I bet $20 on Alexander Volkanovsky, and I hope that wins. I hope that Alexander Volkanovsky fucking wins against Max Holloway, but I know that Max Holloway is awesome too. Joe Rogan talking about Alexander Volkanovski's cardio, how he's all drive. Absolutely. Yeah. Ironically, I believe in a healthy lifestyle. The only time I smoke pot is when I'm with a woman who is a pothead. I've made that rule. And other than that, I try to eat as healthy as possible, drink as healthy as possible. These victory wings aside, first we'll do the tail of the tape. Alexander Volkanovsky, 33 years old, 5'6", 144.5 pounds, 71.5-inch reach. And Max Holloway, 30 years old, 5'11", 144.5 pounds, 69-inch reach. Victory wings. Here we go. Watching Bruce Buffer be amazing. They're talking up the terminal list starring Chris Pratt. Looks like an interesting. Mark Goddard is the referee tonight between Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. Getting all pumped up here. Bruce Buffer is the best. I say it every pay-per-view. Bruce Buffer is the fucking best. Fighting! Max Holloway, 23 wins, 6 losses. From Hawaii. Max Holloway is the plus 160 underdog. But this is a coin flip. This fucking fight is a coin flip. I'll be very shocked if Max Holloway wins, but it's a coin flip. Woo. Cheering on Bruce Buffer's effort as the ring announcer. It's always golden. Always golden. And I was doing an intro for Alexander Volkanovsky. Got Alexander Volkanovsky, 24 wins, 1 loss from Windang, Australia. Minus 190 favorite. Alexander the Great Volkanovsky. Here we go. Couple of people supporting the Australia fucking flag in the crowd. Good for them. Good for Australia. 2 of the best featherweights of all time. This is going to be a legendary war. Volkanovsky gives him a signal. Want to shake gloves before the fight? Let's see if they do. See if they're going to touch gloves. All right, here we go. Round number 1. Here we go. All right, they touch gloves at the beginning. First strike. First strike. There was a kind of a kick from Max Holloway. Didn't look like it landed, but it's hard to tell. I don't think any strike landed yet. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Okay, one strike from the kick to the body of Holloway. I mean, to Volkanovski from Holloway. Inside thigh kick from Volkanovski to Holloway. Both feeling each other out here. Good high kick from Holloway. Good block from Volkanovski. Four minutes left. Here we go. 4 minutes, round 1. Volkanovski versus Holloway. That was a good right to the head of Holloway from Volkanovski. 3 minutes, 40 seconds left, round 1. Three minutes, 30 seconds left, round 1. Oh, they both go for the kick and land at the same time into the midsection. Three minutes left in round number 1. Volkanovski versus Holloway. Good overhand right from Volkanovski to Holloway. Volkanovski talking shit to Holloway. Two minutes, 45 seconds left. Center of the ring, over top of the monster logo. None of these fights have went to the ground yet, other than when Sean Strickland was on the ground, knocked out. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. A couple of good jabs from Volkanovski to Holloway. Two minutes, 15 seconds left. A couple more big shots from Volkanovski. Two minutes left, round number 1, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Good 1-2 from Volkanovski to Holloway. Volkanovski saying, too fast for you, too fast for you. Good head kick to Volkanovski from Holloway, but, you know, of course, Volkanovski, like a pro, had his hands up. Ooh, a good left jab from Volkanovski to Holloway. Volkanovski goes in for the clinch, and then he breaks up the clinch right after a couple of jabs there. Good work, Volkanovski. Minute 30 seconds left. That jab tonight is working for Volkanovski, man. Got a minute 15 seconds left to round number 1, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Oh, wow, another strong jab from Volkanovski to Holloway. Amazing. Oh, another jab from Volkanovski to Holloway. All right, we got 1 minute left in round number 1, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Okay, they're tying up right now. Still kind of like in the middle of the ring a bit. Tying up, wrestling a bit. Have a little bit of a clinch going on there from Volkanovski. They break out of it. Go back to boxing. 24 significant strikes from Volkanovski. 30 seconds left in round number 1. Oh, Max Holloway starting to connect a couple times. Couple good right hands from Max Holloway to Volkanovski. 10 seconds left in round number 1. Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. Ooh, a good spinning back elbow for Max Holloway. Oh, they're talking shit as they go back to their corners. Max Holloway's coach telling them, breathe, breathe, breathe. Hey, man, controlled breathing is what's going to make the difference in this, because Volkanovski is a machine with his cardio. So come on, Max, stay in control, buddy. I'm rooting for Volkanovski, but I'm kind of at the same time rooting for Max. They're both cool, but I bet on Volkanovski. And I'm hoping for a more evenly matched second round. That round went to Alexander Volkanovsky all the way, but we'll see what happens. All right, Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. Round number 2. Here we go. I hope that somebody gets beaten up in this fucking town tonight. And here we go to round number 2. Alexander Volkanovsky versus Max Holloway. All right, they touch gloves, in the middle of the ring, round 2. Here we go. Max Holloway steps a bit further, so Alex is staying kind of on the outside. Good inside thigh kick from Max Holloway to Volkanovski. 4 minutes, 40 seconds left in the second round. Ooh, they both connected there. That was awesome. Joe Rogan is talking about the speed and the angles from Volkanovski. It's pretty great. 4 minutes, 20 seconds left. Round number 2, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Couple of good 1-2s from Alexander Volkanovski. Too much. Reconnecting. Okay, apparently we're back on live. All right, 3 minutes, 55 seconds left. Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. Couple of good overhand rights from Volkanovski to Holloway. Really good boxing by Volkanovski so far. That boxing is paying off for him. Right now, I believe Volkanovski's in the lead. We got 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number 2, Volkanovski versus Holloway. A lot of feints by Max. Good pressure by Holloway, but Volkanovski went in to tie up with Max Holloway. Right now, he's tied up with Max Holloway. He's got Max Holloway up against the cage. Gave him a pretty good elbow there while Max Holloway's up against the cage. This height for Max Holloway is actually coming into play here when Alexander has him against the cage. Oh, right now, Volkanovski kind of has Max Holloway's back, but he turned around, got back forward. Good elbow by Volkanovski. They broke apart. They're back on. Well, they've been on their feet the entire time, but like they're back on right now. Just the way they were like boxing, just a few feet in front of each other. That's where they are now. Okay, 2 minutes 30 seconds left. Round number 2. Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. Good right hand from Alexander Volkanovski. It cut open Max Holloway's left eye. Right now, Holloway is gushing blood outside the fucking left brow. Come on, Volkanovski. Keep fucking punching at that fucking cut. That's your new fucking target. That's your target. Use that jab. Use that jab. 2 minutes left. Round number 2. Volkanovski versus Holloway. Volkanovski's aiming for that eye, man. That a boy. Come on, Volk. Keep aiming for Max Holloway's eye. There's a cut over Max Holloway's eye, and I hope that Volkanovski keeps aiming for it. Open it up so you see his skull and the fight gets called off in between 2 and 3. Man, Max Holloway is all heart, though, man. This is fucking awesome. Minute 30 seconds left, round number 2. Oh, Volkanovsky just got opened up right there as well. They both have targets above their left eyes now. Ooh, good shot from Volkanovsky. That jab by Volkanovsky, though, it's fucking keeping Holloway at distance, though, that's for sure. Volkanovski has more significant strikes, 29-19 round 1, 27-14 round 2. 45 seconds left in round number 2. Max Holloway went in for a pretty good combination there. Good 1-2 from Max Holloway onto Alexander Volkanovski. 30 seconds, round 2, Alex versus Max. Couple of good leg kicks from Alexander Volkanovski there, slowing down Max Holloway just a bit. But I mean, Max Holloway just went in for a fancy flying knee. Didn't really connect all the way there, but still pretty fancy. Ooh, good. Another good couple of jabs from Volkanovski to Holloway. All right. After 10 minutes of fighting, I'm giving round 1 and 2 to Volkanovski. Hopefully the judges see the same thing if we make it to round 5 and the decision. Max Holloway's gash above his eye is pretty fucking big, man. Another victory win. We are in between round number 2 and round number 3. Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. I'm giving round 1 and 2 to Alexander Volkanovski. Round number 3, here we go. That gash above Max's eye, though, is fucking crazy. If Volkanovski keeps working on that, he should be a shoo-in. Our smooth Jimmy's lock of the week. All right, 5 minutes. Here we go. Round number 3 starting. First strike, a leg kick from Volkanovski. Four minutes, 30 seconds. Round number 3, Alex Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. Good left jab to the face of Volkanovski to Max Holloway. Four minutes, 15 seconds left, round number 3. Volkanovski just seems to be picking apart Max so far anyway. Man, Alexander Volkanovski, like his reflexes are so in tune right now. 3 minutes, 45 seconds left, round number 3. Wow. Alexander Volkanovski made Max miss 68% of the time, so good parrying. Come on, Volkanovski. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in round number 3. Here we go. All right. Volkanovski is he's utilizing the jab this fight. Like, he's really digging into that left jab towards Holloway. It's paying off really well. And all he needs to do is keep using mid-power shots on that gash to keep opening it up above Max Holloway's eye there. Ooh, the blood is seeping into Max Holloway's eyes, so that's definitely going to make it challenging for Max. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. There was a good jab from Max Holloway to Volkanovski. Couple of good exchanges. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in round number 3. Good leg kick from Volkanovski. Another leg kick from Holloway. Ooh, a good combination of punches from Volkanovski onto Holloway. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Holloway went in for a knee. The knee didn't really connect. Volkanovski went in to tie him up with the Greco grip of Dan Gable. With the Greco grip of Dan Gable. 2 minutes left in round number 3. Volkanovski versus Holloway. So far, I'm giving round number 3 to Volkanovski. So far. Couple of good head slaps from Max Holloway to Volkanovski. Max Holloway trying to knee Volkanovski in the body, but Volkanovski is doing a very good job at minimalizing the damage possibility that Max Holloway could inflict. Really good spinning back elbow from Volkanovski there. Minute 20 seconds left. Volkanovski versus Holloway. All right, minute 10 seconds left. That jab has been fucking working in Volkanovski's favor. Really strong right hand to Max Holloway from Volkanovski. Just watching Volkanovski utilize that jab still. I don't know, man. People these days, I think, have been underestimating the jab. I know it's not everything, but the jab is everything. All right, we got 35 seconds left in round number 3. Volkanovski versus Holloway. And Max is rubbing his blood all over Volkanovski because he's just gushing out of his fucking left eye. Wow, Volkanovski's picking apart Max Holloway so far. 10 seconds left, round number 3. Volkanovski's picking apart Max Holloway so far. That was a good high leg kick from Max Holloway to end the round number 3. So far, I'm giving 3 rounds to Alex Volkanovski. Every time Max Holloway steps in, Volkanovski's giving him a strong, stiff jab. That's what opened up the cut above Max Holloway's eye. And you could see it, that Volkanovski is aiming for that gash above his fucking forehead. I mean, above his eye there. And that's a bad place to have your cut, too. When you're in the middle of a fight, you got blood gushing, and it's gushing directly into your eye. I'm feeling kind of bad for Max Holloway right now. Because I am a Holloway fan. Wow, that gash is huge. If they bring in the doctor, you'll be able to see his skull. So hopefully they don't bring in the doctor. I want to see another round. Because Max Holloway can still catch Volkanovski with a fucking hurricane of punches. There's a couple ladies in the crowd going like this, like, oh my God, with his with Max Holloway's gash like that. All right, round number 4, here we go. Volk dodged the strike, gave him a couple of body hooks to tie it up. All right, Volkanovski has Max Holloway up against the cage in the beginning of round number 4. Right now, Volkanovski's just wrestling Max Holloway up against the cage, tiring him out. When they were breaking apart there was a couple of good rights from Volkanovski. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left, round number 4, Volkanovski versus Holloway. That jab is working so well for Volkanovski so far. 4 minutes left, round number 4. Joe Rogan is saying that Max Holloway has to put everything that he has in his gas tank and unload on Alexander Volkanovsky if he has any chance to win. Alex just caught one of his kicks, went for a punch there. And then Max got his leg back, still on their feet. They didn't really go on the ground this time around. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number 4, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Max Holloway thinks he's tough the way that I think I'm tough. All right, we got Volkanovski getting kicked a couple times from Max Holloway. Nothing wrong with that. All right, 3 minutes, 10 seconds left. Volkanovski versus Holloway. A couple of good teeps by Holloway. They're not really damaging teeps, but they're there. That jab, though, by Volkanovski is just working wonders for him. Classical boxing, Muhammad Ali style, man. Oh, here we go. Ooh, good right, overhand right from Volkanovski to Holloway. Good teep by Holloway. Couple of good teeps from Holloway. Oh, there was kind of a slip from Volkanovski, and they went in for kind of a tie-up, and then Max Holloway got Volkanovski's back there for a bit, and now Volkanovski turned around and pushed Max Holloway kind of up against the cage, and now they're broken apart free again on their feet. 2 minutes left, round number 4, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Because of Alexander Volkanovski's jab, I'm giving this round to Volk so far. Minute 30 seconds left. Anything could happen. Never count out Max Holloway, that's for sure. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left in the fight if we have to use all the duration of the fight, right? So anything can happen. Oh, the power of Volkanovski is being shown tonight. A couple of good combos from Volkanovski to Holloway. Good kick to the knee from Volkanovski to Holloway. That gash above Max Holloway's eye, though, that's got to be fucking with him just a little bit, you know? Strikes, 33 significant strikes by Volkanovski, 20 significant strikes from Holloway in the 4th round so far. 45 seconds left in the 4th round. 40 seconds left in the 4th round, sorry. That jab, though, is just working wonders for Volkanovski as far as this fight goes. Okay, we got 30 seconds left in round number 4. That jab again is just working in Volkanovski's favor, man. 15 seconds left, round number 4, Volkanovski versus Holloway. Oh, good calf kick from Volkanovski to Holloway. Couple of fancy spins from Max Holloway. Hey, they shake hands at the end of round number 4. They're like, I respect you, brother. Kind of like that, man. I respect that sportsmanship. Definitely. These are class act fighters, man. 2 legends paired up against one another. UFC 276, Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. Right now, Max Holloway's corner is telling him to keep up the pressure, but it's the final round. I think 4 rounds so far have went to Alexander Volkanovski. And that blood just keeps gushing out of Max Holloway's eyebrow, man. I mean, there's only so much blood you could lose before you start getting tired from it. And he's been bleeding for 10 minutes, more than that. And, you know what I mean? You just, oh man, this is intense. I feel so bad for Max. But this is awesome, man. Okay, we're going to go to round 5 right away. See what happens here. Have a shot of my fucking pink lemonade. Yum. Pink lemonade and chocolate milk. What are you going to do? All right. They touch gloves, round number 5. Here we go. First strike, round number 5. Yeah, first real strike, I guess Max Holloway gave him a leg kick. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left. Holloway went in for a takedown, which was surprising. But Holloway's in bad shape right now. Like, I'm a Max Holloway fan, and I'm an Alexander Volkanovsky fan, but like just right now, just to see Max Holloway get picked apart like this, it's pretty brutal, but mad respect to Max Holloway, though. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left. Here we go. Round number 5, baby. So far, this is an all Volkanovski fight, I think, but we'll see what the judges say, maybe if we make it that far. Three minutes, 45 seconds left in the 5th round. Volkanovski versus Holloway. Good high leg kick from Volkanovski, but Max has his hands up. Chin down, hands up. Golden rule. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. Round number 5. Alex Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. That jab from Volkanovski is working wonders. I mean, Max Holloway still has a puncher's chance, you know? Like, there's 3 minutes left in the 5th round, and Max Holloway has a chance still. But Joe Rogan's even saying, like, this performance from Alexander Volkanovski tonight has been phenomenal. Man, Volkanovski has intense reflexes. Another takedown attempt from Max Holloway. Not happening. Volkanovski staying on his feet. Oh, man, I feel so bad for Max Holloway because, like, you know, I'm a fan of both fighters, and I just, you know, I want both fighters to win, man. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, round number 5. Volkanovski versus Holloway. That jab, though, for Volkanovski this fight around, you know, like, has been awesome for Volkanovski. And, you know, like, Volkanovski does have the reach advantage, even though Volkanovski is shorter in height. He has a longer arm length. But that body length of Max Holloway kind of adds to the reach, right? So I guess it's about even. All right, 1 minute, 40 seconds left in round number 5. So far, it's been a Volkanovski fight. I think. We'll see what the judges say maybe in a bit. That blood is just pouring into Holloway's eye. And Volkanovski's not letting up, man. He's poking right at that fucking gash with his fist. Man, that jab by Alex tonight, though, it's amazing. Great jab, great jab. 53% striking accuracy in round number 5 so far. We got 1 minute left. Round number 5, Alexander Volkanovski versus Max Holloway. 2 legends at it. And yeah, it's a good fight for Volkanovski. 45 seconds left. Come on, Max, get that lucky punch, man. Upset the world. Upset, the world of Alexander Volkanovski. All right, we got 33 seconds left in round number 5 in an all Volkanovski fight so far. Volkanovski is doing really awesome, man. just seeing everything that Max Holloway is doing. I love it. Great fighter, man. Great fighter. Absolutely. 10 seconds left. Round number 5. Couple of good jabs to end the round, end the fight. And Volkanovski is cheering around the ring right now, running around the ring. I think he knows he won that fight. I believe he won that fight. We'll see what happens here when the decision comes up. I think it was all 5 rounds for Volkanovski. We will see what the judges have to say. I'm almost ready to cross off Holloway right now. We'll wait, though, for the official decision from Bruce Buffer. They're showing a couple of good jabs from Volkanovski to Holloway. In round number 2, Volkanovski cut open Holloway's left eye with a nice cross. And it landed so perfectly. The graze of it on the fucking hard bone where the soft skin is, cut him right open. It was amazing. Bam. Looking at the 1-2, he right in the fucking eyebrow, right in the jaw. Eyebrow, jaw. Eyebrow, jaw. It was amazing. Daniel Cormier is saying that this fight belongs to Volkanovski. I agree. We'll see what the judges say. Alex is all amped up. He's like, this is my fucking house. Volkanovski saying, stand up for yourself. Fucking respect that, man. Absolutely. Stand up for yourself, man. This world is full of bullies that'll be like, I'm going to throw you around. I'm going to beat the piss out of you. And if you stand up to them, they'll back down. For the most part, anyway. At least for me, they do. All right, here we go. Volkanovski praising Max Holloway right now. Yeah, Volkanovski was really amazing. Amazing performance by Alex Volkanovski. I'm so glad I bought this pay-per-view. Respect 50-45 for Volkanovski from all 3 judges. Amazing. Still undisputed UFC featherweight champion of the world, Alex the Great Volkanovski. Yeah, man, it's fucking awesome. Anyways, my tweet. Amazing performance by Alex Volkanovski. I'm so glad I bought this pay-per-view. Respect. Max Holloway is all heart tonight. Cheers and ice up, buddy. Congratulations, Alexander Volkanovski. He had his chance yesterday. Justin had his chance yesterday, but he was too scared to show up when I gave him permission to fucking do whatever he wants for 12 to 12:30. He was too scared to show up. But anyways, okay, Alexander Volkanovski is doing an interview with Joe Rogan right now. And yeah, Volkanovski saying always stand up for yourself, shit like that. Fucking love it. Anyways, I'm going to tweet that. Amazing performance by Alex Volkanovski. I'm so glad I bought this pay-per-view. Respect. Max Holloway is all heart tonight. Cheers and ice up, buddy. Congratulations, Alexander Volkanovski. And still, gotta knock that guy out. It's like, dude, you had your chance. And I'll see you again and again. And again and again and again. Victory wings. I won my bet there, so I'm going to have another victory wing. Alexander Volkanovsky won by unanimous decision tonight. Charles Oliveira in the crowd right now. Ha, Chris Angel is in the crowd right now. Cool. BJ Penn's in the fucking house right now. Triple H next to Vince McMahon. But yeah, it was a good fight. All that training for Volkanovski really paid off. And like I said, it was 50-50. But tonight was Volkanovski's fight. And the next time I fight is going to be 50-50. The next time I fight is August 2nd against Art Phillips in a boxing match that we're going to have. And it's 50-50. So it's going to be a good time. I'll have a video for that when that comes. And right now we're coming up with our main event here. Israel Adesanya versus Jared Cannoneer. We'll see what happens. I have to cross out Max Holloway. Mad respect to Holloway though. And that's our fight card for tonight. Adesanya versus Cannoneer coming up. Right now, they're showing the trailer for the movie Nope from Jordan Peele. I'm pretty excited for this one, actually. Jordan Peele is really good at making movies, obviously. All right, the lights in Vegas are brighter than hell. This is great. Adesanya is minus 500 right now for his money line bet. That's intense. Cannoneer definitely has a chance, though. Like, you know, it doesn't matter who you are. Whenever it comes to a fight, it's always 50-50. Doesn't matter if you're like, I'm trained. Doesn't matter. It's 50-50. You can slip on a piece of cheese in the fucking street. It's 50-50. In the ring, it's a little bit different. But anyways, Adesanya versus Cannoneer. Anything could happen. Yeah. Excited for this one. Jared Cannoneer versus Israel Adesanya. Cannoneer is only ranked number 2 in the middleweight rankings right now. Number 1 is Robert Whittaker. Whittaker versus Adesanya was awesome, though. So whenever I've fought people and knocked them out, and I've fought people and I've been knocked out, and every time it's been 50-50. I've had 11 fights, 9 of them I won. And then my next fight is against Arthur Phillips, August 2nd. And I respect that man on a certain level, you know, like we used to make music together because he makes rhythms and stuff like that. And I made a couple of songs using his rhythms. And, you know, other than that, you know, like we were good friends before the drama. I don't know. That's the way it goes, right? But the way things are, though, like we're going to have a boxing match August 2nd. And, you know, I respect the guy. I just, you know. Anyways, everybody in Selkyrk knows the story. I was there July 1st, man. I was there July 1st for that Justin Osterback thing, man. First time I walked up to the guy, I was like, hit me or shake my hand. He was too scared. He froze up like a little bitch. Second time, we were in the parking lot of the fucking merch, and that fucking witness was there, and Justin was like, this is Darren. You know, this is Darren. Help, basically, is what he was fucking doing. It was fucking gross and pathetic. And then after that, he was talking shit still. So I invited him out to On the Rocks nightclub, and he was too scared to show up to On the Rocks nightclub. He sent his fucking mother. And then for the last month and a half, I've been dogging the guy like, hey man, you've been talking shit about me. Let's fight one-on-one. If you show up, that is the consent. And, you know, for a month and a half, I've been dogging the guy. And then Chris Kumont, one of his friends, said, Justin will be there July 1st. And I showed up for a half hour waiting for the guy. Justin was too scared. And now I'm sure today he's probably talking shit. But he had his fucking opportunity. Like, we could have fucking fought then and there. He was just too much of a bitch. He just wanted to threaten me and then for me to back down. That's all he wanted. But to quote Alex Volkanovsky, always stand up for yourself. Anyways, Adasanya versus Cannoneer coming up right away. And true story. Here we go. It's a good trailer, though. Volkanovski versus, good trailer. Adesanya versus Cannoneer. Really good trailer. The Last Style Bender versus the Killer Gorilla. Here we go, baby. Cannoneer's coming out right now to his music, and there's a couple of cool sound bites before he comes out. They're amping up the audience for Jared Cannoneer to come out. It's pretty cool. There's like tigers and shit roaring and fucking lightning strikes and thunder roaring. It's crazy. And now his music turns on. Here we go. Cannoneer walking into the ring. His buddy in the background holding up the camera. Cannoneer. Once Cannoneer figures somebody out, that somebody is in trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Cannoneer figures out Adesanya, but we'll see what happens. I'm just grooving to Cannoneer walking into the ring right now. So I have a bully, and if I know my bully, he's so much of a bitch that he would come to my work. You know, like I just feel like he's going to do shit like that. So I'm not too sure what I'm going to do if he comes to my work, though. Well, we'll see. I'm sure he's a shit disturber, and I'm sure he's all pissed off that he didn't show up yesterday like he was supposed to. But he was too much of a bitch to show up and fight me. Anyways, Cannoneer's getting all amped up before he walks into the ring. I'm all excited right now. I'm happy. This is great. He's giving his team the hugs, like, and they're, go get him, bro. Go get him. All right, Jared Cannoneer, 10 wins by knockout, 7 first-round finishes, first fighter in modern UFC history to earn a KO in 3 different weight classes, heavyweight, light heavyweight, and middleweight. DC believes that Cannoneer is going to go get it right now. super surprising, man. On any given day, anybody can fight and anybody can win that fight. On the street, anywhere, anytime, a fight can break out. But in the ring here, Cannoneer versus Adasanya, 50-50. The betting odds are obviously going to be all over the place for Adesanya to win, but 50-50. Two amazing fighters about to crash at each other, and Israel Adesanya is about to come into the ring right now. There's like an Undertaker bell, like the Undertaker from WWE ringing right now, and Israel's about to come in. It's like, ding. It's pretty cool, man. Couple of cool sound bites. They're showing a bunch of clips to the audience of Israel Adesanya fucking up other opponents. It's pretty amazing. Wow, he's coming out to the Undertaker's music. And he's holding an urn. Israel Adesanya has the Undertaker hat on, and he's holding an urn, walking out to the Undertaker's music. It's fucking awesome, man. This is great. I hope Israel Adesanya wins with the level of showmanship that he's been putting up, but Cannoneer can put him in his place. Anything could happen, man. Jared Cannonier's awesome. Like I said, when he figured out Derek Brunson, anything could happen. But the way that Israel Adesanya is walking in